everyone. Good evening. I'm so happy to be here tonight, and I'm so grateful to all of you in this room. And I'm actually learning so much about an organization I already love tonight. And during my field visit a few years ago, I got to witness IMC's life-saving operations to aid Ukrainian refugees whose lives will never be the same. And I got to see firsthand the courageous work that this humanitarian organization has been doing to deliver life-saving relief on the front lines of conflict and disaster. Then, earlier this year, during the LA fires, all of us saw the efforts of the International Medical Corps right here at home. So many in this room were directly affected by the fires, and our greater community suffered immensely. But IMC was right here on the front lines, mobilizing in a flash and working tirelessly to make a difference. And much of this work was done by our medical volunteers who quickly traveled from across the US to come support our efforts here in LA. And tonight I am so deeply humbled and excited to present one of these heroic volunteers as we honor her with the Henry Hood Award. This was created to commemorate one of International Medical Corps' founding board members and longtime volunteers, Dr. Henry Hood, who helped pioneer our training model in the early 1980s in Afghanistan. And like Dr. Hood, tonight's honoree, Mary Jane Perry, who has the cutest daughter ever, has devoted much of her life to serving those in need. She has become one of our most prolific and enthusiastic American medical volunteers, and Mary Jane is a Sacramento-based nurse who has deployed with IMC 4 times so far to Hurricane Michael in Florida, Hurricane Dorian in the Bahamas, Hurricane Helene in North Carolina, and Los Angeles this year.
Growing up in English class when they asked, oh, what is your one wish? I was that one person that would say, world peace. But like sincerely meaning, I want world peace. Doing this type of service work, for me, I get to be a part of manifesting that wish. I've been a nurse for about 17 years now. I started doing humanitarian work in 2018. Towards the end of this year, I'll be going on my 11th humanitarian medical mission. There was a call for Hurricane Michael in 2018. That was how I was first introduced to International Medical Corps. We were serving patients at a local shelter who were waiting for a placement because they had lost their homes. When you're serving on these deployments, you will see the same themes over and over again. Serving the communities in the Bahamas for Hurricane Dorian, it's like serving the people who lost their homes in California. And for us, an important thing is being present for those people and being a listening ear to their stories, to their struggles, their stressors. Really what you're doing in a quieter way is being there for people, being there for others. That's how you serve others. I feel like it's something that I can at least contribute in my small way for that world peace. Going back to my English class, it's my way to make that world peace happen, serving individuals one at a time.
I mean, come on. I'm fully starstruck by her, and now after watching that video, whoever's editing the videos for IMC, shout out. I'm like crying. As you can see, Mary Jane is full of joy and steadfast in her commitment to humanity, and we are so thrilled to present her with this year's Henry Hood Distinguished Service Award in honor of her compassionate service on the front lines of disaster and unwavering dedication to healing and humanity. Please join me in welcoming and congratulating tonight's honoree, Mary Jane Perry.
I need a box because I'm only 4'11", so. And I didn't tell IMC this, but I was barely going to make it here from a Bolivia medical mission. But I'm here, so everything's gonna be good. I said, okay, I need to be in LA because Ashley Park is going to do my intro. So it was January 31st, 2018, when my husband rushed into the room saying, "Someone's lying in the street." And the jaded ER nurse in me shrugged, but once outside I saw that he was right. An elderly woman and a young boy, a grandmother and grandson, had been victims of a hit and run. Only the boy had signs of life, so I tried to control the bleeding. But I wasn't used to working outside the safety net of an ER where I had my equipment, my supplies, my medications, my team, and it felt like time was frozen. I'd never felt so helpless in my life. Eventually, emergency services showed up and the two were transferred to a local trauma hospital. And I found out later that the grandmother did not survive and the 6-year-old boy did, but unfortunately with lifelong disabilities. And as a mother myself, that incident truly affected me. And at first I didn't know how to process the experience. Then the Registered Nurse Response Network, RNRN, put out a call for volunteers to serve for a Guatemala medical mission. And within a few months, my life would be transformed. And that would be the beginning of my journey in this humanitarian work. Since then, I have deployed on medical missions around the world where my service has been a path toward healing from that day in 2018. If I wasn't able to help those two victims then, I sure as hell was going to help as many people possible, anywhere and everywhere. In this work, I've learned that we are all human and we all experience the same emotions and needs. And as volunteers, we serve with love and without judgment. I want to give my biggest thank you to International Medical Corps and RNRN for all the opportunities I've been given to serve communities in their time of need. And a very special thank you to my husband and my 5 kids. Without their love and support, I would not be able to do this kind of work. My husband always gets asked by people, "What do you think of your wife volunteering in other countries and states?" And he always replies, "You have to know who you're married to." You have to know who you're married to. So thank you, Jimmy. I've been lucky to volunteer with some of the smartest yet most humble folks in this field of work. And I've learned that you can sleep when you're dead, you know what I'm talking about, volunteers, and that everything is temporary. And flexibility and the expectation that plans will change, not might, will change, are the keys to success. I've learned to not sweat the small stuff because there are people who have lost their homes, and even worse, their loved ones. When I was serving in the Bahamas for Hurricane Dorian, I met a mother at one of the clinics who had lost her 2-year-old son prior to the hurricane. And then when the hurricane came, it unearthed her son's casket as well as his body. And so she not only lost her son once, but twice. And I could really feel the pain in her heart. And that's a story that I will never forget. Humanitarian work can be challenging, but is always rewarding. Making a connection and offering some hope to those who need it is what keeps me coming back again and again. Just as I tell my yoga students, 90% of the work is showing up on your mat, and the remaining 10% we will do together. So it is with showing up for an International Medical Corps deployment. You just have to arrive, and the rest of the work we will do together. I gratefully received this Henry H. Hood Award not by my own merit, but by the collective effort of every volunteer, you know who you are, that I've worked with. Thank you, and God bless.